for higher juicy news. Mema Wibia Akwaba had the latest hot Enamede Bremo. And it is a subscribe to channel idea, but Modia say over subscribe. The Obayan say over click the subscribe button. You know. Na wabele notification. We had a video for Frubia be upload no. When the first person was ebeka a video. Afi Wibia na wala video no. Give us a thumbs up. Na fi share ma wofoforo so na wenye bi hwe na wo hu ensem dodo na ra ekoso ewo Ghana memo hano afi ententemara yeti eye sa report ya sansemu ya babetudwai momenti sansemu ya ekoso momenti.
On the rates, on so-called rates, you see, the MPP is a unique group of individuals. In 2017, they were arresting, that's what they said. They were arresting former appointees. Okay? So I told you here that policemen came to my house with guns. If that is not... Okay. Sorry, the bail amount is 260 million, not 160. So he just, DAG just came to correct me on that. It's 260 million. So they came to my house in July of 2017 with guns. I didn't call a press conference to say that this was a raid. They showed me a warrant that they were conducting investigations into a transaction in respect of which I had written a legal opinion. That is a married deal. And they came to my house, okay, with guns. Did anyone, can you go back to the internet to check if I said that this was a raid on my house? So how come that a search of the governor's house, based upon credible intelligence that we received, and I was the one who applied for the warrants and got them issued by the High Court for the searches to be conducted. Why is that a raid? Are some people now above the law that we cannot conduct a legally sanctioned, search, constitutionally sanctioned test, a search in their houses? Maybe they are above the law. Okay, but no one is above the law in this country. We are all subject to the Constitution. And in terms of the Constitution, under Article 18, all right, there are limits to what you can do by saying that you cannot, your house should not be searched. So we obtain warrants, and if the media wants, I can make those warrants available. Okay, so there was no raid on his house or unconstitutional by what we did. But they are deciding to bastardize me and to bastardize the operatives of the national security by even saying that during the raid, which for me wasn't a raid, it was a constitutionally sanctioned search, they stole 10,000 Ghana cedis. All right? Now, what an insult. Okay? And that is what my Deputy Attorney General was referring to when he said that. You know, the constitutional immunity granted to MPs does not mean that they should abuse that immunity and then, you know, defame individuals or officials who are conducting normal business, normal public business, all right? And ladies and gentlemen of the media, let me tell you, we have a recording of Addison and what he said about the raid. So if Afenyo Markin, the honorable minority leader, is daring me, we'll make that recording available. So he should desist from maligning law enforcement officers and myself for the work that we are doing. He should also take cognizance of the fact that I am the leader of the bar, and I will act in the best interest of the ethics of the profession. So I won't do anything unethical, and I have advised both EOCO and national security about staying within the bounds of the law. in conducting investigations. So he should not abuse his parliamentary immunity by libeling or defaming public officials who are conducting normal, legally sanctioned public business. Now, with respect to freezing orders, we are notifying all the banks today. You see, the gentleman who asked about the freezing orders. Note that because of the way this gentleman, the suspect, is very highly networked, if a letter had gone out before today to any bank, there would have been swift movement of money, and there would have been, other suspects would have been alerted to the fact that we are investigating. So yes, we obtained all the accounts. For purposes of our investigation, officially, and for purposes of prosecution, we will now obtain what we are taking to court by writing to each of the banks to give us that for our prosecution. Is there any question that I have not answered?
All right, so if there are any more questions, this will be the opportunity. Please step forward. 5 more, please.
I haven't had breakfast yet.
Yes. In the interest of probity and accountability, you may have to sacrifice your breakfast and lunch as well.
No. Yes. I'm just kidding.
Hello, good morning. My name is Michael Maugbe. I report for Senate Radio Online. Honorable Minister, you mentioned that suspect Edubuahin and the wife have acquired several properties. I want to know what steps are being taken to avoid a possibility of suspect and the wife disposing all those properties in order to disrupt evidence gathering. Thank you.
My name is Kwesi Kumsin, editor of Punch Africa. AG, I would like to know if suspect Edubuahin, if your outfit is able to retrieve the money he has stolen, allegedly stolen. Okay. Will you still prosecute him or incarcerate him?
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Justice Adorye. I work for the Shunwa News Agency. Yes, there's always been this issue about. It's okay. There's always been this issue about confidentiality concerning national security spending, and people have, asked for more transparency in national security spending. And in investigation, so have you been able to identify, some of the loopholes that these suspects may have exploited to grab state money like that? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Mutala Inusa. I work with EIB Network, GH1 TV, and Star FM. Honorable Neo, in you answering one of the questions, you did indicate that, in fact, you touched on Dr. Anas Adesan's search. One of the issues that came to the fore was the fact that CCTV cameras in the home were destroyed by the men who visited the house. Can you give us some clarity? Was that what actually happened? And number 2, on Edubuahin, you did indicate that you have ordered that he be released and rearrested in the hope of getting him remanded. Is it certain that when he's taken to court, he'll be remanded as you want happen? Thank you.
You again.
2. So just briefly on his last question with respect to the search, there have been conversations in the media about the former BOG boss having backdoor CCTV footages, which has been the subject of quite a conversation. You've provided some details with respect to the alleged or purported raid. Can that be clarified as well with respect to what really transpired. And then you mentioned the former finance minister. At the last press briefing you held, you said you were going to have a conversation with the OSP with regards to that investigation. Have you had that conversation? And I don't want to say, have you given the green lights because of independence and all of that? But what did the conversation also arrive at?
Good morning, Honorable Minister. My name is Akufo for the Searchlight. You agree with me that white-collar crimes are very difficult to prove and sometimes takes such a long time, very long haul. And sometimes the steam of the case gets, people just forget about them. You are aware that some cases are still pending for about 5, 6, 7 years. What is the dispatch that you are going to apply to make sure that these people will face justice and justice will be done?
Okay, thank you very much. On the first one, regarding steps being taken to prevent the suspect and the wife from disposing of assets. One of them is the fact that we've detained them. We've seized their phones. They are not, in communication with the outside world. This is the first time there were some people who knew, and there were reports of the arrest. Very few people knew what the arrest was about. In fact, some people called me and thought it was in relation to the issue regarding the Emirates ladies. I mean, they are the country manager of Emirates, but that isn't it. So we are detaining them because we want to prevent a situation where they will tamper with evidence. But as I've said, apart from the other companies that we are and other transactions that we are investigating, okay, we have substantial evidence to be able to prosecute even with, in respect of the BNC transactions. All right, so we will take all kinds of steps. Now, if we go to court, we'll ask for freezing orders, both for tangible and intangible property. I have already warned banks not to move any money in any account associated with any of the companies that they know, okay, are related or owned by Edubohe and his wife. So we will we will follow with official actions again, seeking to ensure that we preserve the assets, for purposes of the prosecution. Now, the question with respect to whether if we recover, we will proceed to prosecute. Now, in the best of two worlds for any prosecutor is to be able to convict and jail, and then also to recover the proceeds of crime. That's the best scenario. We have a plea bargaining regime in this country. If suspect Edubohe and his wife and the other suspects that we are investigating indicate that they want to enter into plea bargains, return all the assets and the houses and so on to the Republic, refund all the monies, okay, and then even the profits from the proceeds of crime to us. Okay, two things can happen. One is we get him a reduced sentence, so he stays for a shorter period in jail than would have been, because he's looking at a maximum of 25 years in jail. He was born in 1981. All right, he's about 44 years old. The wife is 34. She was born in 85 or no, 82 or thereabout. So she's 34. So you can imagine doing 34 plus 25 if they get the maximum. Okay, so she will come out at an advanced age of 59. She'll be 59 by the time she comes out of jail. All right. So if they want to cut a deal and return all the proceeds, we are willing to let them go. All right, go to jail for a reduced sentence, or for the best scenario for them is for them to walk and return all the proceeds. All right, so I'm open-minded when it comes to these issues. So if they want to do a plea bargain, they should make an offer through their lawyers. Immediately I file charges, they should make an offer through their lawyers, and I'll be willing to look at it, because that is the essence of the plea bargaining regime under the, under Act 30 as amended. Now, the question of confidentiality and national security. You see, the reason why national security expenditures are kept confidential are many. But one is that if, for instance, you are conducting surveillance and you want to give somebody money, okay, to conduct surveillance on a Saturday, do you want to go to the bank and do a check in the name of national security and give it to the person that should go and then, cash the check and, conduct the surveillance? Also, if expenditures are overexposed, investigations will also be equally overexposed. All right, that is one of the other reasons why national security expenditures are, done confidentially. So, for instance, I don't know whether you have ever seen the Parliamentary Committee on Interior or Finance or the Public Accounts Committee grilling national security publicly. Have you ever seen that? Because the tradition all over the world is that their expenses, are done, confidentially. All right? And if briefings are to be given to, let's say, the finance minister or the person in charge of our, treasury, they have to also be done, confidentially. And so I support that. The few rogue elements, like suspect Eduboahin, should not, let us, breach national security protocols and laws by exposing their expenditures. So I will still maintain that all expenditures of national security, should remain, confidential. Now, regarding the CCTV cameras that were taken, the cameras were actually not taken. It was the hard drive of the CCTV. And every investigator knows that the hard drive is what stores, it is the memory, it is the brain box of the CCTV camera. The camera is just, a mechanism for transmitting images or getting the images. But when it obtains the images, they are then stored in the hard drive. And it was a hard drive that we took, or the national security, operatives who went to his house took. That is standard. It's standard in any investigation. All right. So, for instance, if the intelligence we got was with respect to some items, of significance in his house, all right. If there was a movement of those items, the only way by which we will get to know is by reviewing the memory of the CCTV system, and that is contained in the hard drive. So that is what we took. So those who are saying that we went and took CCTV cameras, are mistaken, and they are being mischievous in whatever they are doing with that information. I think there was another question by the same person regarding rearrest. Okay, so the question was whether when we rearrest, we will. Am I sure that the court will remand him? Now, that is a burden on me when I make the application to the court to show quite clearly that he's a flight risk. Now, all of you and my fellow countrymen and women listening and watching to me, from all the details that I have given with respect to the plans that he made to escape surveillance, if you want, such a person to be roaming on the streets, okay, whilst investigations are going on, then you run the risk of him escaping. And I told you that Mr. Samoa, the CEO of GIF, is playing hide and seek with us. I'm sure from Senegal, you go somewhere else. And usually what they do is that they'll go to a country where they know that we don't have an extradition treaty with. Okay, so I can't request that they be extradited, to stand trial. But we are monitoring him. And I'm sure one day we'll get him. He will arrive in this country, either voluntarily or involuntarily. Now, OSP and then Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, I have not yet had that conversation with OSP. So when I have that conversation, I will give you the details. Then also, someone asked about backdoor CCTV issues. If you can clarify the question, I think I've forgotten exactly what it was about. Yeah, Yes. About the fact that he had a CC. No, that from a technical standpoint, I cannot, confirm that fact. All right. I haven't held any conversations with national security on that specific issue, and I'll not there, answer a question on that. And then the last one was white collar crime and the burden of proof. You will note from everything that we have done, this is, your prototypical white collar crime. Okay? Now, non-white collar crime is stealing a goat or cassava to feed your family. First issue of whether I am under pressure to go to court. You would understand that the issue of accountability and oral, that is Operation Recover All Loot, was a central plank of His Excellency's campaign. In fact, the National Democratic Congress campaigned seriously on the issue of accountability. Ghanaians bought into that campaign and other issues that we addressed during the campaign, and that is why they voted for us to hold those who have abused public office accountable. So yes, I'm under pressure. But I'm under pressure not from political quarters, but from ordinary Ghanaians. Despite my busy schedule, I find time to go to social media, and I see what Ghanaians want us to do. They are in a hurry to know what we are doing about holding people who have looted state resources accountable. Yes, sometimes you may have some of your colleagues saying that things are not going as quickly as we wanted. But I have said that I will not rush to court on any matter. I will not. And the president knows that, and he accepts that. So, yes, the pressure is coming, but you see, it was under that pressure that, together with EOCO, we investigated Eduboahin. You see how diligent the work has been. You see the evidence we have laid out. Okay? If you're under pressure, you go to court, and then you now come back to look for evidence, like some other attorney general did in the past, and subsequently was calling witness help him, make out his case. All right? So I won't do that. If I don't have the kind of evidence that I have on Eduboahin, I will not go to court. So yes, the pressure is there, but I'm soaking in the pressure together with my Deputy Attorney General and some of the staff. We are soaking in the pressure. Now, with respect to the bail conditions, yes, we gave them bail conditions. I think all in all it's about 160 million. Yes, about 160 million Ghana cedis bail with sureties to be justified. So they brought some properties belonging to some of their friends and family. We are verifying the titles of those properties and to see if, we will accept them in order to grant the bail.
The Attorney General has every right to go there. Yeah. He didn't do that on his own. He didn't just break in. It wasn't a raid. They are calling it a raid. But you heard the Attorney General, and Ghanaians, you also heard the Attorney General. He has said that he went to court for a warrant. So if the Attorney General has reasonable suspicion to think that there's something untoward happening in the former governor's house, it is his duty to go to court. And then go and get a warrant. So they went in there with a warrant. And lo and behold, what did they find in Addison's house? They found that he has set up a spy system, a camera system, that was directly linked to the Bank of Ghana. The Bank of Ghana is a state agency. This is, in other jurisdictions, Addison will not even sleep at home. Espionage. He's spying on state. And Mugabe, Addison is not the only one who has done that. Set up the passport. He's not the only one who has set up a spy system on this current government. Look, when the Jubilee House was swept, they went to sleep.
President office about
175 cameras. Secret cameras had been installed by the outgoing MPP to spy on this incoming government.
Can you imagine?
So, yes, at the Jubilee House. So, Addison is not the only one spying on Bank of Ghana.
Office and 30 cameras.
And listen, it is once they have a warrant to go in there, they can take the evidence that they want to take. Is this the first time that the police have arrested you? When they arrest you or they come and search your house, they seize your phones, they seize your laptops, they'll tell you they're going to look at it for evidence. So what is the noise that Afenyo is too noisy? He's too noisy. So you should shut up. Afenyo, shut up. You are making so much noise. Allow the law to work. You are a lawyer. You should know better. Allow the law to work. Allow look, listen. If you were that important and people believed you, Afenyo, you wouldn't have gotten 38.2%. It is because Ghanaians wanted His Excellency John Mahama to come and work, to come and unravel the stealing and corruption that you people have engaged in. That is why we got 57% and you people got 38%. Get that into your skull and keep quiet and let this government do what the Ghanaians, the reason why Ghanaians voted us into power, allow us to do our work. If you are a witch, you'll be hunted. We will hunt you. We will find you. Okay?
Yeah.
We will hunt you. Yeah. So let me come to Kwabena Agyapong. It looks like that name is very notorious for stealing and corruption. Was his brother not Charles Agyapong in the number 12 Exposey? No, Gabby. Was Charles Agyapong's name? They are brothers, aren't they? Yeah. They are the sons of Professor Agyapong. And these people, they will come and tell you that we are self-made rich people. We are self-made. I remember when Akufo was coming, one of their slogans was that we have our money already. We are self-made. So when we come, we won't steal. Look at the level of stealing and Akufo that went on. Yes. The same thing happened under Nanadu. We are self-made. We are self-made. Look at the level of stealing and corruption under Nanadu. And this is what we are seeing from Kwabena Agyapong, a son of a former flag bearer or aspirant of the MPP. So it looks like the MPP, all they know is stealing. Yeah. They don't steal. They steal with their legs, their feet, their stomach. Nafu. They grab. Grabbing. And you see the sad part. You have MPP full soldiers who are defending this stupidity. You are still living. You MPP full soldier. I'm talking to you. Yes, you are Mamin Kasa.
Stupidity.
It's a word. It's a word.
Describe a situation.
It's stupidity.
Somebody is stupid. That's all. It's not.
Who is stupid? A kiosk mu container mu. Now when you 2 cities data. Now what Facebook. Now who defend Kwabena Agyapong who has 30 houses. 30 houses from just holding a position at National Signals Bureau. He has 2 houses in London. Yeah. 2 houses in London. within the period that this man came into office. He has 27 houses in a gated community. He diverted $7 million into his, according to the report. This is not my word. This document is from the Attorney General. They are not my words. This is the investigation and finding. And finding. It's in the public domain, so I'm not making this up. This is the finding of the Attorney General. And that is why he was arrested when he arrived at the airport. So you know that, a funny thing.
He tried to change his flights.
Exactly. He was trying to lose trace. You see, he's a very smart guy. He was trying to lose trace. Yeah. So when he bought his ticket from London, he diverted to Dubai.
He changed the date of.
He got to Dubai and bought another ticket in Dubai as if he's coming to Ghana, and flew back to London and bought a BA ticket back to London, so that they were expecting him on Emirates
from Dubai.
Yeah. When he flew back and bought business class and came back on So the point I'm making is that this is somebody who knows that he has stolen. He knows people they are coming after him. And so he's trying to cover his trace. I trust Honorable Ayini to follow. He said if he hasn't got evidence, he's not coming after anybody. So that was what he said right from the start. That's what the Attorney General said right from the start. So for Honorable Ayini to come out with this, it means that he's very sure that as Attorney General, he will take this case to court and make sure that we win. And a word to my honorable lords and your lordships at the Supreme Court and at the judges. Look, let us not be partisan in these cases, because it is your taxes that you pay that this Kwabena Agyapong has stolen. So please, when the case gets to you, make sure that whoever has stolen will be punished. I don't care if you were MPP chairman. I don't care if you were MPP chairman and you got your position as a judge, or you got to the bench because you were a party food soldier and they decided to award you and put you there. But try and do the right thing. Look, let the Constitution guide you. Let your conscience guide you. Whoever puts you there, But you know that you are serving Mother Ghana. When the thieves come, please make sure that they face the law. We need to start punishing people so that when you take office, you know that office is not for you. You are there as a servant. You are there to protect the interest of Ghana. When people go out there to go and vote in the sun, they don't go and vote so that one person alone can acquire 30 houses. 30. How greedy are you?
How?
How greedy are you? 2 houses in London. How greedy? Now, how many children do you even have?
Yes.
That you have 27 houses. And in one estate, just like he owns the whole estate. Yes. He has 27 house gated community. He has 27. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because his brother's name Charles, he also resigned. I think there was a scandal coming at him. He was a deputy minister of finance, Charles Edubuahin. His name also came up, and then they quickly made him resign from his position because he was part of the COVID stealing and all that.
He was entertainment proof when I was in Achimota.
So these things.
I can tell you an incident in Achimota school that happened. And not two free top so a ball from Nipani lucky. Met me up with Nipani Tiasi. They catch them with Dubai. Bad, I'm telling you, this is where I am. Me say you see more. Me say you go and find out. This one is what we have seen. What we have not seen. What these guys see, get good girlfriends, and now the house girls, and now the fear for and my.
So no wonder says Kashisha amount from passing.
Yes.
Mugabe, mimi te posa MPP for no na skano na uko obi fie Apolitan kesi o na enye nsu na iska.
$5 nkwa.
Na iska. But anyway, moving forward no. Once the Attorney General has found these properties, I think the first move for him is to make sure that they put a hand on it, confiscate it until the case comes to a logical end. Because it's not, we don't want to disgrace anybody. We want to retrieve the money.
The bank, the properties, the bank properties.
So you see the point. I believe that the point should be that we are not here to disgrace anybody. Like I said, if you are a witch, you'll be hunted. Okay. If you are a thief, you'll be arrested. Okay. So they should confiscate the assets and then make sure that seize everything. Put a hold on his bank accounts, both foreign and local, take all his money. He will run to court for court to, like happened with Cecilia, dapaah. The court released the accounts to him. So what that needs to be done first of all, we have to secure it so that we'll make sure that whatever monies he has stolen from the state would come back to the state, and then he will get his punishment by going to jail also. Now I'm coming to if anything, Mr. Addison. Mr. Addison, during his tenure as Bank of Ghana, you rightly said he incurred losses. Minti Bimpoda. Under JM, there was a lot. Bank of Ghana made a lot of profits. Under Addison, they made 60 billion Ghana cedis losses. 62. Now, Bank of Ghana under Addison, he built the Bank of Ghana new office. Yeah. We told him that that is not a priority, but he still went ahead. Look, the Bank of Ghana office, it started from in 2009. The amount that they were supposed to use to build that office was $81 million, 81.8, and then the contract was given to Gold Key Properties. Then I think in 2020.
No, information minister.
2019.
Okay.
Then it moved to $121 million. Yeah. And then finally, they completed a contract that they had valued. It's not cedis, so it's dollars. The reason why I'm saying it, I'm emphasizing that it's not cedis, it's dollars, is because if it's cedis, then you can give excuse that there was fluctuation of the rates. Yeah. There was fluctuation of the rates, so it has changed. Yeah. No, this is priced in dollars. So how did a contract that was priced in for $81 million with drawings and figures go up to $250 million? There's some stealing somewhere. Yeah. Addison must be investigated. Addison is not above the law. That is why we have rule of law. Nobody is above the law. If you are a thief, I said, you will be arrested and you will face the law. Now, let's come to SkyTrain. Yeah. Look, Ghana for make a tremo. Stealing na MPP for year and you're stealing kitwa
crime scene.
Na ye bread for 8 years. Na ye bread. You to mean to petrol. Amount for businesses eguye. Omo to mean because the dollar was going up. Meanwhile, no time na years. These people were not minding us because for them, no, they were making money. Yes. SkyTrain, $2.5 million. 2.5. Jogate, he was the minister for railways. He says he didn't sanction the amount of. He didn't sign for it. It's who signed. Who signed for the SkyTrain 2.5 million? There is something in our laws we call causing financial loss. So we don't care if you can't find the money. Whoever signed for the SkyTrain $2.5 million should be held accountable for causing financial loss to the state. Yeah. $2.5 million can build school blocks for our students. $2.5 million can build clinics for our villages. I see some villages that when they are going to school, the children have to go through rivers. Yes. $2.5 million can build bridges. For these, yes, but one person took 2.5 million. Jogate, the minister who is supposed to be responsible, says that I didn't sign for it. So if you didn't sign, we know that you were the minister. Whatever the buck stops. The buck stops with you. So you are going to be held responsible, and I don't care who signed for it, but we want our money. Yeah. And it's not just about, like I said, punishing them and taking them to jail. Confiscate their assets, sell it, let it be a deterrence to other people who want to steal. that you cannot come and steal government money. You can do business. You know, make sure that
you see Nanado said if you want money, it's not my government, it's the private sector.
That was the lie from.
It was rather his government that was through your party going to make people steal and make money. They are going to run to countries where we don't have extradition rights with them. I heard one Sapon has run to Senegal because we don't have extradition treaties with them. But Ameyaw Akunfi has already been invited. He was a Boakye. He's already been invited and granted bail. But his accomplice is on the run. He's going to Senegal.
We
cannot extradite him to come for punishment. And I'm sure that's what most of the MPP people are going to do. They're going to run. Somebody called me and told me it's in Namibia.
Press conference. No, Ghanaians, don't listen to them. Don't listen.
That guy.
But people will listen, and their supporters will believe. Supporters of MPP allow the government to let people pay for what they have done. Because MPP4 massively. So just because you belong to the Oslo party, they are chasing us. So they have nothing to fear. When say allegation why should you worry? So why is Afenyo worried? He's creating the impression government is going after individuals. Nobody is chasing anybody. Look, you cannot intimidate us with press conferences, and they want to divert the attention. So I've heard some of them saying that next week there's going to be a demonstration on the galamsey. We are talking about corruption. You will not change your agenda. The agenda this week and next week and going forward is going to be corruption and stealing and holding people accountable. Whether you can somersault and go and dance in galamsey water in the river Pra, we don't care. We will remain focused and make sure that people who have stolen will be brought to book.
Yo, it for winning and someone about beto yepono so make I say so unya subscribe to channel idea but more than say over subscribe na fi wa like video and give us a thumbs up na fi share ma wo foforo so na we be here na wo hu asem dodo na ra ekoso e wo Ghana memu oso betimi achere wadwen afa eye ensem we nyina ho e wo comment box mu mo beti minka bi in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.